an amazing preparation for Shabbos. Today's Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is a kind of a national holiday. It is not considered to be a religious holiday, and therefore some of the rabbis are not rejecting the idea of Thanksgiving, even though we don't need a chizuk from the nations to thank Hashem for all the goodness that He gives us. Still, when so many people in the world are praising Hashem for the good things that He had given them, I think it elevates the nachas ruach, the pleasure that Hashem has from His creation. We are in our cycle, right? It's today's Erev Shabbos, and we are holding in the preparations for Shabbos. And how can we get Shabbat as early as possible? We're going to conclude the subject in today's class. A lot of sages had promised that the one who will bring Shabbos early will have good parnasa. And they explain the idea, which is brought beautifully and logically, that our physical existence has boundaries. We need a certain amount of money to keep our household. If there's a shortage, then we don't have enough. If there's extra, we have enough. But the budget is kind of a kavua, it's a steady budget, what we usually normally need. But when we need more, when we need to expand our budget, let's take a look at Shabbos. Shabbos again, same boundary, 24 hours. And if you want to expand the borders of Shabbos to add more hours to the Shabbat, you may do so. And the other side of the token of the coin will be that Hashem will expand the boundaries of your parnasa. Just as you had increased the boundaries, the borders of Shabbos, adding more hours to the Shabbat, Hashem is going to add more money to your budget. It's like a midah connected midah, and it works. And the sages have promised that this is how it is. If a person has shortage financially, start bringing Shabbos early. Today we're going to learn exactly what are the borders, how much time can we add, how much time are we allowed to add, how much time we cannot add. You can't, even that additional part of Shabbos has guidelines. And there are many stories where people who had businesses who were failing, and as they started to bring Shabbos early, miraculously their businesses lifted up. It's also the same thing with shidduchim. Just like the Shabbos is the kala, and we, Am Yisrael, are the chassan, as the Midrash brings that when the weekdays came in front of God, and they said to Hashem, Sunday, the Shabbos actually came and said, Rabbanu Shalom, you matched Sunday with Monday, Tuesday with Wednesday, Thursday with Friday. I am left alone without a mate. Who's going to be my mate? So Hashem told her that Am Yisrael, the nation of Israel, will be your mate. So Shabbos is the kala, we are the chassan, and when we have shortage in shidduchim, people are complaining sometimes that the children are being delayed, no shidduchim. Another segula to bring the shidduchim early is beautifully done, beautifully explained by Shabbos. Just like you bring your kala, we bring the Shabbos the Shabbos Akala will bring the Shabbos Kala earlier into our lives, same, we can bring the Kala to our children or our daughters, which are the Kala, to make their Shidduchim as faster. And the story goes that a woman and her daughter, very difficult having find their daughter a Shidduch, and she and her mother both started to bring Shabbos half an hour earlier. And right after 2 weeks, 2 Shabbosim in a row, when they were doing that thing, the girl became a Kala. So uh, if we would have had only one story like that, we could say that is not associated with the fact of bringing Shabbos early. But there are so many stories that I've heard, either with Parnasa, either with Shidduchim, even with children. The young couple who didn't have many years, they went to the Chafetz Chaim, and the Chafetz Chaim told them they should bring Shabbos early. And in the merit of bringing Shabbos early, they were married to have children. Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky held Zichor Zecher Tzadik V'Bracha, held highly from that, and he said that when the Mishnah Brura, said Reb Chaim, the Mishnah Brura, Chafetz Chaim, the major halachic book of our generation, when the Chafetz Chaim writes in Mishnah Brura that in Siman 256, that when one who encourages others to bring in Shabbos early, he's going to be rewarded with children who are great Torah leaders and great scholars. So here the case is that someone is going ahead and trying to increase the awareness in other people's life to bring Shabbos early. The Chafetz Chaim writes down that it's segula and it's going to happen. He's going to have children. And Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky brought down that because Chafetz Chaim said that it's not just a segula, that like a nice thing to do, and then if you do that, Hashem will treat you like you have done, which is also a very powerful thing. But when as Chaim said that it's not just a nice segula for righteous children, but it's standing in halachic ruling, which is guaranteed. Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky said that he is very strong with the promise that that's going to happen for him. They also kids today sometimes go, off the path, and the parents are crying, where have my kids gone? And again, a man came to the Pnei Menachem, the Rebbe of the previous generation, and he said his son went off the path of Judaism. And the Rebbe said to him that his father, my father, says the Pnei Menachem, the Imrei Emes, he used to say that bringing in Shabbos early is going to cause you to have virtuous children. If you agree to bring in Shabbos early, say some chapters of Tehillim. Why not? You can, and then what happened? The kid came back after 6 weeks, as the Rebbe promised. 6 weeks, six Shabbosim was enough to bring the boy back home. Thank God we have what to do. We're never orphans. We're never lost. We always have hope, and we have, as Jews, thank God, as observing Jews, we have the power to use the the Torah or mitzvahs in order to progress and have better life. And also the Talmud Yerushalmi brings down that the Holy Tanner of Chanina ben Dosa would bring Shabbos early, and many miracles would happen when he did that. There was once a story in Lakewood that they had a lot of Hirschmans. Not sure when when was that story, but I'm reading you for that from here from that leaflet over here. And the Gaon, Rabbi Aaron Leb Steinman, at that moment, when they mentioned that the city of Lakewood has so much harshness, he said that the residents should take upon themselves this practice of bringing in Shabbos early. Shabbos is the source of all blessings and has the power to nullify harsh decrees. That's what he said. So when the community took it upon themselves, surely enough, things came back to order. So again, we see that bringing Shabbos early is something amazing. It's easy to do when you start. You have to start after 3 times. It's going to be much easier for you. It looks like a very far cause that it's for sure. Who can think it's possible to do? But here the idea is as follows. Usually we bring in Shabbos by candle lighting. The time of the candle lighting is in Israel designated for 20 minutes before Shkia. In Tzfat, we add another 10 minutes, so we light candles 30 minutes before Shkia. And Yerushalayim has the minhag that they light Shabbos candles 40 minutes before Shkia, 40 minutes before sunset. So we have 20 minutes before sunset, 30 minutes before sunset, and 40 minutes before sunset. So I'll read it to you from here from the leaflet. It's especially commendable to add more time than is the common practice. Each person should undertake whatever he can manage. The Gdolei Israel advised that one should bring in Shabbos at least 10 minutes earlier than the accepted custom. So if we have 20 minutes before sunset, the time for lighting the candles, we should add another 10 minutes. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of time. So 10 minutes definitely could be done, especially when you can see that we are always maintaining bringing Shabbos in the right time. Even though in the summer it's going to be very late, in the winter it's about an hour, even more than an hour before, 2 hours before the time of like we do in the summer. So how come we have this extra 2 hours that we give it to Shabbos? So it's possibly that to do that. It says praiseworthy is the one who brings in Shabbos half an hour earlier, but there's a limit. One must be careful not to bring in Shabbos before the earliest time allowed, which is the Plaga Mincha. Plaga Mincha in the summertime is approximately 1.25 hours before Shkia, before sunset, and in the wintertime, the Plag Mincha is approximately 1 hour before Shkia. This is the limit. In the winter, 1 hour before sunset. We cannot bring Shabbos in earlier than this. And in the summer, it's 1.25 hours that we're allowed to bring Shabbos only in that, not earlier than 1.25 hours before the sunset. So 10 minutes, it's a tremendous schus, and a lot of things, a lot of blockages that whoever has in his life are able to be annulled, and bracha should come to those people who do that. Um, they when one accepts Shabbos with candlelighting, or by the Mizmor Shel Yom HaShabbos, or the Lecha Dodi, come my bride, Shabbos the queen. And so if you, that's what how we receive, we bring in Shabbos in shul, or if you do it at home. But when you, let's say if you take the 10 minutes before candlelighting, so you look at the water and say Shabbat Shalom, you say Good Shabbos, you say something, and from that minute and on, you're in Shabbos. You can't do any from this point on. All work prohibited on Shabbos is forbidden. So some would say another like a nice like an additional words. I am herbally bringing in the Shabbos early, as Hashem has commanded us to add from the weekday to the Shabbos. So, Bona Shalom, please, Master of the world, allow me to merit observing Shabbos appropriately and do complete tshuva. So again, you see, there's like you make a separation, you designate the time by saying something, and by that, when you get into Shabbat, hopefully, uh, Yeshua's and how to say, expand your narrowness will expand in the schools of the Shabbos. So again, we're starting the month of Kislev, and the Shabbosim of Kislev are again full of the licht, of the light of Chanukah. Remember to enjoy Shabbos, to cherish Shabbos, and to make everybody around you comfortable around Shabbos. That everybody is going to see you in your shining face during Shabbat, who says, "Ah, how fortunate I am to be next to this person who has Shabbat. He feels Shabbat. He loves Shabbat. He respects Shabbat. He speaks about Shabbat." And thank God we're able to learn about Shabbos every week now for quite a few years. So may it be with Mazel and Bracha. Good Shabbos, everyone. And we'll see you.